Hey Internet, it's Gunter with MiniMishaps, and today we are going to take a look back through the month of August and check out all the cool projects that we did. So the summer has been filled with breaks and medical stuff and personal stuff and starting school and moving stuff around. We had some things donated to the channel, and things have settled enough that I started at the beginning of this last month, August. I started back into doing regular videos, and we actually did get to our one video on average every day for the month of August. So I don't know how long it's been quite a while since we had that. Probably was the April, but those were just short homebrew question answering videos for our daily by the calendar month questions about a homebrew universe. But we actually did projects throughout, and we'll just jump right into them. So we started our first day of August with Friendship Day, and for that day we put some bases onto some Mage Knight minis. It was our first batch from the big pile of minis that was donated to the channel, and that was for Frybox 64's campaign. And then next we did our I think longest video of the month, which was our linguistics in a homebrew universe. So I talked about all the different languages of the Getherverse and the semi-languages and demi-languages and all those things, and how to use them in a homebrew setting. Next up, we had put a bunch of bases onto lizards, and also a repair of one of the Frybox 64 minis that didn't hold onto its base. So that was our first plastics video, second plastics video of the month. And then the day after that we painted one of the lizard folk miniatures that got bases, and it turned out really neat. We used a kind of a color scheme from Warhammer 40k with the teals and lighter blues and things that the Seraphon have that aren't generally found in the D&D side of coloration. It was a lot of fun doing that. WizKids Gray painted as Warhammer coloration. And we had several of those kinds of projects. We went on to do this koi colored Sahuagin, so it's a fish person humanoid, but is colored as a goldfish koi would be colored. So that was a ton of fun. Next we had the release of the Suicide Squad 2, which I think was on the 6th here of the month. And so we went into our dad's studio and made the gladiator shark person for Atlica. And we did a couple of those in a row. We had the next one was storytelling with Jubby Tibtub, I think is the Frogagog's name. And so we're going to try some voices that we're going to use in our RPGs later. Jubby's voice, I don't know how or why, I ended up sounding kind of like Cleveland from Family Guy. But he's a frog in a tutu, and that was something. So next up we had our Catkin International Cat Day. So we painted up a couple of catkin and we put bases on catkin and did a whole bunch of work with the feline humanoid miniatures. Next we actually had a collaboration with Frybox 64. We made random characters, and I think mine fell just short of being in this month. I think that was in the last set of videos for the last month. but we made each a second character and put the 4 characters together in a crazy random session, so they got to adventure a little bit together. And then the next day, which we're now, looks like about the 10th or so into the month, I hit my 1 year straight anniversary of doing Duolingo. So I took their mascot, the Duolingo owl, and I gave him the Hero Forge treatment and generated what he might look like if he was in an RPG setting. Then we had the Marvel's What If, and for our What If, we imagined what would have happened if the Grommakin curse that turned everyone into animalians in Attica had happened somewhere else on the continent. So we took a look and did some of our favorite characters from Capital City as animals. Then we had Chandaj for Elephant Awareness Day, I think. Chandaj is the warlord that took over Attica after the Grommakin gods were no longer present, and we built him in Daz 3D. We had our kit bashing scavenger hunt. So our D&D players and you guys, your viewers, went out and took pictures finding crafts materials, and we did some prizes that were kit bashing kits. So we had our scavenger hunt announcement, followed directly by the scavenger hunt winners video after the end of it. So I left, I went out of town, and ended up doing a short review of the session that I had done the night before as my daily video. We went to Adventureland on a Sunday, and that was super fun. The Monday after that, we're 2 weeks into the month at this point, I did all the bards go to karaoke, and since I was too shy to have my face on camera, I did the Animal Crossing avatars dressed up as the bards that went to karaoke in D&D in Animal Crossing, something like that. We did a big build for the Kit Bash kits, so you got to see our base boxes and our parts boxes, kit bashing kits, and all of the kind of behind the scenes-y art stuff that we had. Then we actually got back to our 3 series. At this point, I was comfortable enough thinking I would maybe be able to do a daily video, and we had our first painting challenge, which was the pirate challenge, and we painted the nice orc pirate lady with the cannon for the arm. So that ended up being super cool. That Thursday, we started our World Anvil wiki. So we did a little introduction video for that, but now the Gatherverse has a wiki on World Anvil, so we'll be using that tool moving forward as well. Then we had our first Friday of the plastic series, and we used basically hot glue, and my 5-year-old joined in. We put on a bunch of bases. We gave some characters prosthetic limbs that were weapons. So we have a guy that has a big mace for a hand and another that has a sword for an arm. They would have been like used for the Hungry Dark because it was kind of putting pieces of characters back together as monsters. So we made a couple of those with the hot glue gun. Next, for I don't know if it was National or World or International Honeybee Awareness Day, we painted a Thri-Kreen or a Thri-Kreen. We painted a D&D bug guy as having honeybee colors, so that was fun. I did a how-to for how to find the freebies on Daz 3D. So we did a little tutorial on navigating that website and collecting the free files that they have weekly. I did start school, and now we've got only about a week left of the month at this point. When I started school, I think it was the 23rd, and my first art assignment I did as a sketch was the dragon fruit. We picked a fruit or vegetable, and of course, because I'm me, I picked the dragon fruit because It's got dragon in the name. So we did a time lapse of me sketching 20 different dragon fruit. The next day was our first Monday series, and this was the Daz 3D introduction was the first Monday 3D. So we're back. This is our second paint challenge, which was our Prince and the Pauper challenge, but it was also World Disney Princess Day week. And so we painted several of the Mage Knight minis that we had. We painted 12 of them to be up as the Disney princesses. That was a ton of fun. I love getting to use brighter colors, and it was a step away from the kind of darker coloration you see on so many fantasy miniature painting right now. Next up, the last weekend, we had Nerd Fest, and so at the beginning of the weekend I did a plug, and then it was on Thursday I did a plug for the weekend, and then on Friday we had our plastic series come around again, and this time I repaired Hollow Knight and I put bases on our Disney princesses. We had I put up a new landing video for people that aren't subscribed to kind of hear. It's a kind of a black and white movie audio kind of a situation for the landing page of the studio. And then my second to the last video was at the end of Nerdfest, and it was the recap and review of the weekend and the event. It was awesome. You can check that out on the video. And then the last day, aside from today, I know today's the last day of August, but the last video is Monday, and it's our 3D series, and we hopped on board the monthly collaboration for a group of YouTube creators. I am immensely new at trying to create 3D files, so mine was more of here's a newcomer's or a noob experience of the software. They created some fantastic 3D designs, so that video that just came out, if you are following along, you probably just have seen it, and it has links in the description for that playlist and all of the things that other people worked on in that 3D design collaboration. So check that out. That's August. We are going to kick off September, and this coming week our first September 1st is the paint challenge, and it'll be the Cannot Be Rhymed challenge. Wednesday and then Friday we're gonna maybe try and do some kind of diorama around the Shang-Chi release, and then next Monday is Labor Day, and we are going to hopefully check out the 3D printers at the public library. So that is coming up. That has been August. Thank you guys so much for partying with us, and thank you to our Patreon supporters. We can't do it without you guys. And if you want to support us on Patreon, or if you can like and subscribe, descriptions are full of links for anything that you would need for that. And we appreciate it very much, and we'll see you guys next time and into September. Thanks, Internet.